G'day and welcome back to Dan's Shed. This is my September update. I tend to be a bit slack in making these updates, and there's lots of reasons for that, and I've gone into that crap before. I'm not going to bore you with that. Lots of excuses. Haven't made a video or updated anything since we went to Glenray Timber Festival. Here we are again, flooding in for the second time this year. So I'm sitting in the bar here. I've been doing a bit of work, prettying the place up, putting some bits and pieces up that I've been collecting. I tend to collect a lot of shit, really. Yeah, I'm just up here having a James Squire ginger beer, which is bloody good stuff. Go and get yourself some. Where do I start? So, yeah, like I say, second time this year we've been flooded in. It's a bit hard. It was pretty, it got to the point where it was pretty depressing last time, to be honest, because you walk outside and you're just in slosh and you can't do anything. You struggle to make headway on any projects you got going. You don't get to see your mates. They don't come around for, to give you a hand with stuff, and our regular steam ups didn't happen, and we were lucky to get Glenray Timber Festival done and dusted, to be really honest, and here we are again in shit weather. And a good mate of mine, Emma, she's bringing her newly acquired Fowler roller down here, and it's on a truck in town and we can't get to it. It's supposed to be a big weekend here. We were going to have a bunch of blokes around, and we were gonna steam it up with Emma, and we were gonna bring it in, and it would have been a bloody good drive. Have my engine running, have a bit of fire, a bit of a cook up, but yeah, it weren't to happen. So now we've got a bit of a situation, and anyway, I think I've got it sorted. I've got somewhere to keep it in the meantime until we can get off of good old Shenandoah Island. I say it gets a bit depressing, to be really honest. This year's been pretty terrible, and it does get you down a bit, and it really makes you wonder why you bother sometimes. It gets to that point. Yeah, it's been a shit year in lots of respects. Lost my mum a few months ago. I struggle a bit with the mental health stuff at the best of times. Doing this hobby is kind of my outlet, and having mates around that enjoy it too really helps a hell of a lot. And I don't mean to have a whinge. I mean, I'm pretty lucky. I'm pretty well off, and I should probably appreciate my situation a bit more than I do, I suppose. But anyway, it is what it is. There's people that are a lot worse off than me, I suppose, and that's what we've got to remind ourselves of when we go through some pretty shitty times. Is there's always someone who's worse off. So yeah. Anyway, that's my deep and meaningful today. Let's wander outside and see what's been going on. So I decided I needed a tractor for moving some of my steam engines and bits and pieces around, so I bought a grey Ferguson, an old grey Fergie. In fact, I bought two of them. They were both in pretty shit condition. So in about a month I've managed to do this much to it. It was pretty poor when I got here. It's not far off running now. I wouldn't say it's a complete resto, but she's pretty tidy. It's coming up pretty well. So we've got that done. Can't remember if I was showing you, but we've got a roof on the mill. We've got the steam engine sitting in there. Picked up a generator, an old flat belt generator, which we're going to play with. Still haven't got there. Yeah, been collecting pulleys. Got some road base down. Haven't quite finished that yet, but we're getting there. One of my neighbours gave me some conveyor belt to lay down to keep the wheels out of the mud. Decided to move it in there, but I waited till it was wet, and that turned to shit, and it's all slipped off the belt, and the wheels actually fallen off and gone into the mud on that side, so that's great. Joys of wet weather. Got stuff all done on this. It's in a lot worse condition, I remember. Don't know what's going to go on there. There's talk of maybe a late 1800s era Robinson saw bench maybe coming, but that's a big maybe. If that happens, I'll put this thing out the pasture somewhere where it probably belongs. Yeah, steam engine's sitting here. We made a shorter chimney for it for running in there. That works pretty well. Might run that tonight, tomorrow, day after. Who knows? I'm stuck here for a while, so you know, whenever. Yeah. It's the old farm tractor we use around the place. These are going inside very soon. Plans on extending the building out a little bit further and maybe going back over that direction. Yeah, look, I mean, it's all happening in drips and drabs, I suppose. Got a spare Massey Ferguson because you can't just have one, you have two. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty green here. It's also pretty muddy. Yeah, like I say, I mean, there's probably people worse off, and this is a bit disappointing, a bit annoying more than anything. We just can't get a lot done just for the mud and shit everywhere. But you know, we soldier on. Hopefully within a couple of weeks we can get this roller in here. It's my 40th birthday in a couple of weeks' time. We're having a big party out here, a big fancy dress party. We're going to have all the engines in steam, and that should be good fun if it doesn't get rained out, if we don't get flooded in, who knows. Roll the dice, I guess, see what happens. So anyway, look, that's where we're at. Hope everyone's doing well. Hopefully this summer doesn't turn out to be what they're telling us, because if it does, it's going to be pretty hard for a lot of people. We live in a tough country here, and sometimes life gets a bit difficult. If it's not bushfires, it's floods. But anyway, we do what we can do. We roll with it, and we'll keep moving forward. So hope everybody's well, and thanks for tuning in, and thanks for liking and subscribing. I know I don't really do a lot here, and I should probably do a bit more, but it's hard sometimes. So everyone take care, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers. Bye.